Hello, 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 hello. And here we are. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully it's all working. Hello. And I'm here sitting at the vanity in the castle bedroom, of course. I guess we should take a look in the mirror. Oh, jump scare. Ah. That was fun. Did you like that little gag? That's all right. Here we are, sitting at the castle vanity. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time it may be for you and whatever part of the world you may be in. Welcome back to the real world, which is, of course, obviously, the Minecraft world. Because this is what's real. Everything else, not worth thinking about. Only this world matters, at least for right now. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Very happy to have you with me on this fine Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? I hope it's Wednesday. Oh, look at this. You can just see SpongeBob in the distance there. What a view. What a view. Welcome, everybody. Very nice to have you here. We're in the castle, of course. This is my bedroom. It's a nice, cozy place. One thing that's kind of fun about this bedroom is the vanity is actually secretly an escape route. That's right. If I'm being chased, I can run out there and no one will ever know. In fact, if I run out there, this fence gate will close behind me and no one else will be able to get in. Isn't that fun? Or out, rather. They won't be able to chase me. So if I'm ever being chased in this world that I inhabit all alone, I'll be able to escape. But here we are. Castle. Hopefully the audio levels are good. Hopefully the video is all right. I updated some things. Always a dangerous thing to do. But hopefully we're looking good. Welcome, everybody. Got some things that I want to do today, but I think the first thing we need to do is repair our elytra. And to do that, I'm going to go somewhere where I don't think I've been on stream yet, which is the Guardian Farm. So let's check that out. Gonna get there through the Nether, of course. Fastest way to get anywhere. The Nether hub, looking as fresh as always. But this time we're going to just pop down here and look at this. Oh, soft, snowy landing. Thanks to these powdered snow blocks that were suggested by you all in the comments. Appreciate it. It's so nice to drop down here now. So we're going to head off into the wider Nether. And we're going to try and find the Guardian Farm. And it's not going to take much because I know exactly where it is. It's right through this portal. That's right. We have a Guardian Farm that I use to repair my tools, repair my elytra, all that good stuff. This was one of the earliest projects. Hello, welcome. Give this area a moment to load in. Look at that house on the hill there. That's a place that I don't go very often. Let's check it out. This was built by my collaborator in this world. Just appeared randomly one day. It's pretty cool. Look at that fireplace. Look at that fire face. It'd be fun to do something here. I can indeed see your chat, yes. And there's the Guardian Farm. This was a ocean monument, unsurprisingly. And the way that you do Guardian Farms in Bedrock, slightly different than Java Edition from what I understand. These are structure spawns or something. Not exactly sure. how it works, but basically there's a certain set of single block spots that the Guardians are actually able to spawn in the structure, like specific coordinates. And so what you can do is set up these little Trident Killer modules in each of those spots. And then you don't need to like dig out the whole, you know, or fully dry out the whole ocean monument. You can just kind of build this structure on top, and then you'll be able to get the Guardians. So it works very well. This is a Silent Whisperer design, as many of my farms are. Definitely check out Silent Whisperer if you're looking for good Bedrock Edition farms. But basically, I can just hit this lever. You can see it starts all of these Trident Killers going, and they're trying to blast me, but the Trident Killers get them before they can. And looting works here as well. So I can stand here with the looting sword and get the looting effect applied to all of those Trident Killers throughout this whole Guardian farm. And this thing is so efficient. I haven't even built the last two or hooked them up. I haven't needed to. I get plenty of stuff from this. I have more of all these things than I ever could possibly need, including cod, of course, which I was eating for years. Now I'm on the golden carrots train. Good evening, Callie. Welcome. Here we are at the Guardian farm, replenishing our tools. And look at that, so fast. We're fully kitted out. Let me see if I have anything else that needs to be replenished while I'm here. Nope, I think we're all good. All right, don't need to spend too long here then. And we can head back. We'll just get the last of this experience. I'll eat a golden carrot, because why not? Did I turn it off? Yeah, I did. Yeah, it just takes a while for all the experience to float up. This is a great thing. I'm never hurting for experience at all. Then we can just float nicely, casually right on over to this little shack here, which is a nice cozy place. You know, a little staging area. We got some beds, chest for any miscellaneous stuff, ender chest, of course, and even doors to go out if I want to explore this tiny little island, of which there's not much going on. But I don't know what that experience was from. So yeah, what are we going to do today? I guess I'll sleep pretty soon. It is sunset, but oh, look at that sunset. That is just gorgeous. So what are we going to do today? Well, a couple updates first, I suppose. One very exciting update. I'm working on a new video. Should come out probably next week if I get my act together and finish it up. It is both a retrospective and a forward-looking journey into the history and the future of the storage systems that I've got in this world. So get excited for that. I was very excited putting it together, and I'm excited about how it's turning out. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming out pretty soon. And other than that, I've got a couple of things that I want to do today. The first is very exciting because it's a new segment. New segment. Oh, my shortcuts. New segment. Damn it. How do I do this? A new segment. Why is this not working? Isn't it B? Oh, they're unassigned. Oh no, all my emotes got messed up. That's so sad. Well, anyway, what I was aiming to do, don't look at this horrifying character. What I was aiming to do was the giddy emote. Thank you very much. Just imagine my character went, whoa, hello, welcome. So, new segment called Let's Achieve Something. Working title. Just imagine there's a nice fancy intro. Let's achieve something. And what I mean by that is, let's get an achievement, shall we? Because I have never done a bunch of the achievements that have come out somewhat recently. I have 126 of them out of 130. That obviously means I'm missing 5. So let's achieve something, or at least make some progress towards achieving something. And then this will be a new recurring thing that we do. in every stream. Isn't that exciting? We'll get closer and closer to getting all those achievements done. Oh, thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate it. I have a lot of fun making them, so I'm glad that you're enjoying them. All right, so let's achieve something. Let's figure out what's possible. Let's figure out what we could do. Let's see. Let's look at the locked ones. So, oh man, smithing template. Oh wait, there's only 4. Did I do my math wrong? Did I fail at subtraction? Yeah, I guess I have 126 out of 130, so there's only 4 more. That's embarrassing. All right, so this one, oof. Apply these smithing templates at least once. Spire, Snout, Rib, Ward, Silence, Vex, Tide, Wayfinder. We could look into each of those. I have a feeling that some of these smithing templates I don't have, so that could be kind of fun to have to go on a little adventure to try and find them. Silence in particular, I'm a bit afraid of. I'm pretty sure that one is only in ancient cities. So we'll see. Maybe we'll come back to this one. Overkill. Deal 50 hearts of damage in a single hit using the mace. Okay. That sounds potentially fun. I'm not exactly sure how to achieve that one. I have a mace. Oh, it's raining. It's raining and I just slept. What a shame. Sorry in advance for the video quality. We'll just focus in here, shall we? Okay, so we could potentially do that one. I do have a mace, and I'm pretty sure I have, like, density on it or whatever it's called. I would just have to find 50 hearts of damage. I assume that has to be done to something that has extremely high health, right? And we got Who Needs Rockets? Use a wind charge to launch yourself upward 8 blocks. Okay, this feels achievable. This definitely feels achievable. You should do Who Needs Rockets. Silence and Ward only in ancient cities. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I thought there were some that were only in them. Okay, and then crafters crafting crafters. Be near a crafter when it crafts a crafter. Oh, I love that. That's very funny. We actually could also achieve this one pretty easily. But I think the wind charge one sounds more fun. So let's try that. I think I have some wind charges somewhere. Probably at the castle. So let's go back there and check it out and see if we can do it. And then we'll have achieved something. And it will have already been a productive stream. All right, here we go. Here we are. Flying back through the nether. Ah! No! Don't blow anything up. Oh, man. All right, and here is our little nether version of our castle Eerie portals. So we can just stand here and head right back to the castle. Beautiful. Overkill is density 5 and like 20 plus blocks. Okay. Let me see it, because I have a mace. But I'm not sure if I have density 5 and oh man, lag. We got to let the castle load in a little bit. That is the problem with the castle. Right? I think I have a mace here. Yeah. Okay, I have density 4. Interesting. Okay. I can check. I might have some other density books somewhere, but I'm not confident. And I guess I don't have the other one. Whatever the other enchantment is for maces that makes them like puff out a bunch of wind or whatever. Hi, welcome. What capes do you have as well? I don't know how capes work, if I'm being honest. I actually don't know how capes work at all. Are they in here? Dressing room? Like where? I don't even know where capes are. Oh, this capes? Okay. Let's see. We've got something. Maybe they don't work because I have this like arrow thing on, whatever you call that, the Hawkeye style arrow quiver, a quiver. Man, I don't know. These things. Bedrock edition sometimes, I swear. Do I know you? I don't know. Do I know you? All right. So let's try to see if we have any wind charges. I guess I could also check and see what enchantments I have. If I have another density book somewhere for the mace, I might. All right, let's go over here. I think I have some books rattling around. This is the villager trading hall where I get my books from. And I theoretically have some extras. Okay, so oh, wow, okay. I actually do have another density 4. So I should just put that on, right? Because I can combine them and then, right, if I put a density 4 on something that already has density 4, it'll get density 5, right? Do I have the other thing at all? I forget what the other thing is called. Doesn't look like it. I might have some more in the overflow chest up here. I think density 4 will work. But you got to be like 45 blocks. I think I already have density 4 on the maze. Okay, yeah, no books in here. Let's see if I can do this. Because it could be fun. All right, can I put density 4 on here? Yeah, then it'll have density 5. Nice. Yeah, let's do it. Sweet. This is my little... This thing's my little automated anvil replenishing station. When I break one, it pushes another one in, so I've always got anvils. And if I need more, I can drop some in there, which I probably should, because I guess it's running kind of low. Let's throw some more anvils in there while we're here. We'll replenish. Oh man, I have so much iron. Which is not a bad problem to have. Right, and I can just pop them in here in theory. There goes one. All right. Cool. Make a couple more. 2 more. And 1 more there. Nice. I'm sorry, heated tree. I have no idea what you're talking about. Windburst, breach, density. You can't have breach and density, right? And breach is the one that's like for PvP, that like breaks their armor or something. And then windburst is the one that causes everything to gust outward when you land, right? So I could, in theory, get windburst, which I think I have to go back to a trial chain before, I assume. All right, let's dump this stuff in here. Okay, so I guess I kind of want to try. I mean, I might as well. I've got this thing right here. It has density 5 on it. Man, I wish it weren't raining though. Do you know if it has to be like a mob that has that many hearts, or can it be? Does anything have 50 hearts, or can I just like do it to anything and kill it? Well, I mean, we'll try. Is it almost nighttime? Okay, yeah, I'll sleep in a second. Densities to deal more damage, right? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, hopefully I can sleep now. Little secret bed down here. Don't think it has to be 50. Okay, our house has 50. Sweet. Okay, let's all right, let's find some poor unsuspecting creature. I'm going to try to do the thing where you just drop out of the air. I would have to take my... Oh, no, I don't have to take my elytra off. I can just drop. Oh, this is going to kill me if I fail. Is there anybody around here? Okay, there... Oh, no, a panda? That's too sad. I can't do that. I can't do that. I saw a panda. Okay. A pig. This is gonna be a horrible failure. I should get some more totems because this is gonna go terribly wrong. Oh, it despawned. I went too far away. Use an iron golem. True. Maybe that's a good way to do it. I'll just spawn an iron golem in like a little enclosure. It's a great idea. Never mind the giant horrifying SpongeBob. I actually think... Can you use a lit jack-o'-lantern to make a pumpkin? Or to make an iron golem? Because I think I have some on me. Oh, lag. Alright, let's grab some of these. And then... no pigs. No pigs. Alright, we'll do the pumpkin thing. Do you even need to carve it? I can't remember. Like, maybe not. Okay, and then I'll just grab some, like, dirt. Alright, this will be good. This will be good. We'll do this right out over here. Right next to SpongeBob. I don't even remember how to make this. It's like the wither, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Oh, I made it too tall. That's fine. All right, let's try this. Let's try this. I'm just going to go up. And he won't despawn because I made him, right? Oh, this is kind of sad. My little guy that I made just to slam. Is this tall enough? Like, probably not. All right, let's try it. Here we go. We're going to achieve something. I've never really used the mace much, so I don't know if this is going to work at all. I'm going to give it a shot. That seemed like a pretty big blast. But am I going to get the achievement? I think it takes a second sometimes, right? Maybe I have to go higher? Did I get it? It doesn't seem like I got it. All right, let's go even higher up. I didn't bring enough pumpkins. I guess I had a carved pumpkin that I was using as my helmet. I didn't fall in the hole. Ah! I'm good at this game, I swear. All right, let's go up even higher. Spam click. Yeah, I mean, I'll just go all the way up, I guess. If I miss, that's going to be funny, though. I need more scaffolding. Thankfully, I've got some scaffolding in my ender chest, because I'm always prepared. All right, let's keep going up. I could just fly straight up, true. I guess that is... I don't trust myself. I just assume I'm going to die. All right, let's try it, though. It'll be funny if I fail. Also, this will be satisfying. Nothing quite like it. Okay, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. And then I gotta deactivate the elytra. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh! Well, I failed. Let's try again. I'll go get another totem. Or I guess I have one in here. Let's try that again. My aim is bad. All right, here we go. Here we go. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Boom. Surely. Give me that achievement. Did I get it? Come on. Give it to me. Oh, yeah. I got it. I got it. Right? I want the little pop-up. Yeah, 127. Awesome. Amazing. We did it. Good job, everybody. Thanks, team. We achieved something today. Mission success. Now let me get out of this dirt prison. Awesome. Sweet, we did it. We achieved something. I guess I should replenish my totems. All right. Successful mission. All right, so there's a couple other things I want to do today, potentially. First is I've been working on the industrial area, which we can go check out in a second. You may have seen it in a short. Grab some more, grab another totem. I have plenty of totems, so I'm not worried about that. You could crouch jump and throw wind charge to go higher. That's true, yeah. All right, so out this way is the industrial area. Work in progress, clearly. You can see we got a bunch of wireframes out there. But we're starting to get there a little bit, especially on this side. It still needs so much work. But it's coming together. And there's like two things that I want to do in here that will make my life just way easier. Because to build everything in here, I need so many bricks. And I don't have nearly enough bricks right now. And I've got this like clay baking setup over here, right? You can see I've got all this mud that's baking into clay here. The smoke, of course, just for visual effect, but I think it looks pretty cool. But I need to then get all those clay balls and like smelt them up into bricks so that I can then craft them. And I have like enough bricks to do this much, but that's pretty much it. I think this is my brick supply is right here. Yeah, I have like less than 3 stacks of bricks, not a lot at all. But this part of the factory is meant to help me with that problem. And the way that I designed this whole area, building a school, thank you, I appreciate it. The way that I designed this whole area was that, so the first thing that I did in here, other than the gold farm and the iron farm, which I've had for ages, and then like this is a cactus farm, which I needed to just to get some green dye. But what I did was a few streams ago, built moss farm in here, both normal moss and pale moss. And now I have like more bone blocks than I could ever need, right? And then over here, I've got this kelp farm, which also can take in bone blocks to automatically speed up the process a bit. I think there's like some little issue with this system. It's not like fully It gets stuck sometimes. I'm not entirely sure why, but it doesn't really matter. But you can see, like, when you put bone blocks in there, it grows the kelp faster. We get it fast, all that kind of thing. It's fun. It works. It works well. But what I want to do is have this kelp. Right now, I've been grabbing this kelp and then manually kind of walking over here, climbing up this little ladder, and then through this window, I've got the entrance to a super smelter. So here's where the fuel goes. Here's where stuff that I want to smelt goes. And that all goes into this, which is a super smelter, which is actually bigger than it appears here. It goes around the corner a bit, and there's a whole other side too. But I've been smelting all that kelp into dried kelp, which ends up down here. And then what I've been doing is manually grabbing that dried kelp, crafting it into dried kelp blocks, and then going back and putting it in that fuel chest so that I have all the fuel I could ever need. I've got all the bone blocks I could ever need. And I already have an automated system that can pump bone blocks into both the moss farm itself to replenish it and the kelp farm. So what I want to do is hook up the final two parts of this system. The first being, I want the kelp from here to automatically go into that input chest to the furnace, right? So that's thing number one. And then thing number two is having the dried kelp from here automatically piped up, crafted into dried kelp blocks, and put into the fuel automatically. That way, I don't have to do anything. I can basically just turn the moss farm on, get it going. It'll keep itself fully replenished. Any extra bone blocks that it produces will just go make kelp. The kelp will go over here to the furnace, get smelted into dried kelp. Dried kelp will get crafted. This thing will be fueling itself up constantly. So basically, I'll be able to just turn on the moss farm and it'll become infinite fuel for the furnace. That way, I can get all that clay and keep making bricks. But I want to do those last two steps. I guess a couple things to talk about in regards to the design of this. Like, this is still a work in progress. I think it looks pretty cool, but there's definitely more detail to add. I want to add like little granite patches, maybe even little like terracotta patches, because I think that color goes pretty nicely with the brick, just to make it look a little weathered and a little bit less, monotonous. Also just like little cracks in the brick and stuff like that. I think that'll be important to break it up. I also want to add some like downspouts or like drain pipes, whatever they're called. And I was playing around in creative and I came up with something that looks pretty good with like polished, tough pipes. So I'll probably do that. That'll be something that I tinker with off stream most likely. But this is the general idea, and it's going to be tricky because I want to make all of these buildings kind of match this style, but also look distinct from each other. This one being the moss farm, the pale moss farm. I've got the pale moss kind of creeping up here. I think I want to extend that even further. I'm almost thinking that like, I don't really know what to do here with this facade. So maybe a lot of that can be mossy or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then this side, I don't even know. I got to scrape off some oxidation there. I want to, add little bits of color to this pipe too. But generally, I think the first step is just going to be getting it all working, and then the designs and things can come next. So what I'm thinking for the kelp is, so I've got this set up already so that anything that comes out of the super smelter ends up here. But then there's a little item filter underneath that's pulling out dried kelp specifically. So, we'll fill this floor back in. That's not meant to stay that way. So we've got the dried kelp already coming out underneath. And what I'm thinking is just maybe piping it like right over here. And then having this be a pipe going up. So you can kind of see it. While you're walking around this area, you can see it. So let's just mock it out with dirt and see how it looks. Or maybe stone, just because stone will look like I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I grab my stone box. I got a bunch of stone. Let's just do stone. Right, so the idea is we'll have a pipe coming out like here and going up like through the little ceiling of this area. And then it doesn't have to go too far up. It really just has to get over to that chest, I guess. So maybe we build the little crafter unit first, which should be pretty simple. Let me grab my redstone chest. Shulker box, I mean. Yeah, so what do we need? We need a crafter. Oh man, I could get that other achievement so easily right now, but I'll hold off. We're going to achieve something once per stream only. So grab a crafter and then just some generic redstone stuff, because we'll probably need that. Also need a dropper just to get stuff into a water stream, because I think water streams will be easiest. They generally are. And I think I have a chest with some like... Oh, my boxes were a bit mixed up there. Grab some ice, grab some ice, grab some soul sand, some kelp, and I've got plenty of bone meal. I have so much bone meal right there, so I don't really need it. Let's sleep while we're here. Okay, so how do I build a little crafter thing? I kind of want to just like, I want to make sure I know what I'm doing. So basically we'll have a crafter and then it needs to craft. Oh, I'm in the total wrong part of the place. I'm in the total wrong part of the place. All right, over here. Yes. So how does this work? Oh, I don't have enough. I don't have enough to even test it. Okay, let's, we need more. We need more. Because I think it's 9, right? Kind of cheating by putting this stuff directly in the furnace. Kind of defeats the purpose of having the super smelter. The thing is, I've set up the super smelter so that it's really made for bulk jobs. So it won't even like, it's supposed to be super efficient. So it won't like, it only uses as much fuel as it needs. So it will actually wait until it has like 9, 10 and a half stacks of items or whatever it is before it dumps stuff in here, so that it will use like exactly 1 fuel for each of them for all of the stuff you put in, which is cool, but also means if I just want to smelt like a few things, it's not that easy. Okay, here we go. Cool. So I think it's just that, right? Yeah. So this should be the simplest version of this possible, pretty much. I just need to have like a comparator, and once it hits signal strength 9, we'll be good. And then we can craft. So I think I can build this thing right in here. Cool. So this is the chest that we wanted to go into. And I guess I'll just do like, I don't have a ton of space. I could do a crafter looking down, maybe. Or maybe just to, I don't know. I don't really know exactly what I'm going to do to like decorate this area. I think I should probably assume that I might want to put like some stairs or slabs or something on top of these chests. So maybe I'll have the crafter here going in. Is this a good idea or a bad idea? Let's go. Let's do it a little bit higher. I guess also we want to make sure it looks cool. So I could... I fell. I swear I'm good at this game, but not necessarily good at parkour. Okay, so if we have this coming up like this, and then, you know, going over like this into here. I don't know exactly what the facade of this building is going to look like. So like maybe it would be more fun to have the pipe come this way or something, but I think this will probably be fine. All right, let's do this for now. And then we can have a water stream going this way. Let's just do, just to make it easy, let's do this into another double chest, just in case. Like, I don't know exactly. Oh no, because the crafter is going to be the slow part. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Don't need this. The crafter is going to be slow at pumping out items. All right, let's do that. And then basically we'll just have stuff coming in here. And then, yeah, I don't know exactly how fast the items will be coming out, but it doesn't matter because no matter how fast they are, there's going to be hoppers down there that slow it all down to 1 times hopper speed. So I think I'm fine to just do this, I think. And then we can kind of assume that the water stream will be here. And if I planned this out correctly, it'll line up perfectly. Amazing. Awesome. Cool. So now we just have to set up a little system that detects when this crafter is full. And when it is, we want to power it. So that should be simple enough. Let me grab some cobblestone because that's, I guess, what I'm using for my for my circuitry in this area, just because I started it relatively early on in the life of this world. So let's see. We can do like a block out of that, and then a block here with a comparator on it. Nice. And then because we want, actually, I'm going to grab another crafter because the crafters themselves are pretty useful for doing signal strengths. Because what I really need is to have 2 comparators so that I can make sure that this thing only turns on when I have exactly 9 items in here. So basically, I just want another comparator pointed in here with signal strength 9. And that way, this thing will only power when this also hits signal strength 9, right? So we can test it. There's 8, nothing. There's 9, beautiful. Works perfectly. Let's turn this all off because we want that to fill up with dried kelp. And then all we need to do is have this power this thing, and I think we can just do that with a repeater and another block, right? Let's try it out. I can dump in some dried kelp. Let me actually, just for testing purposes, I'll put a redstone block right there so we can see it all go into this chest. Right, if I put this kelp in here, we should see the crafter fill up and then power, beautiful. Fill up and then power, beautiful. Working perfectly. Dried kelp blocks going to this chest, amazing. And then they'll go into the fuel chest once I break this. Sweet. And those go down into this, like, I've got a lot of chests here. It's a little convoluted maybe, but it works perfectly for my needs. Okay, so now let's turn this stone thing into an actual water stream. And the way that I've been doing my water streams here, as you can probably see, are with copper trapdoors. So I should have enough, hopefully. We'll see. I have copper in my minerals shulker box. Surely I've got plenty. The one kind of annoying thing is that you can't craft, like, you have to craft the trapdoors out of the ingots, right? Takes ingots. So you can't make already oxidized ones. So what I've been doing for this is just making normal ones, not waxing them, building it, orange, and then letting it oxidize. And it's it's kind of fun. It gives a little indicator of the passage of time, which is probably good. Let's get a bunch of these. I don't know exactly how many I'll need, but I've got to do 2 pipes. So let's start with like a stack of them. See how far that gets us. And let's start placing some trapdoors. Maybe not the most exciting part, but the other thing, I guess, for these areas, I'll do, what are they called? Stairs. Stairs. That's what they're called. Do I have a stone cutter? Yeah, I've got one in my bundle, of course. All right, let's make a couple of these. Come on. Nice. I guess I'll replace that with a full brick, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what I'll do with the decoration of that area, but I guess in the meantime, I might as well just use bricks. Now, did that have redstone on top of it? I can't remember what's up there. Let's do that. Let's do this. Lovely. Okay, no redstone here. Yeah, so this thing has redstone on it. Cool. Let's keep going. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be wall or not. I'll just do trapdoors for now, and I can change it if I want to later. And then I guess we'll do this stair here. That'll be good. Nice. Cool. I think the underside here is good. Let's head back up. And place some more of these. Don't need this last one, I guess. Or no, yeah, no, I don't. Because the water will be where the stone is. Nice. Cool. Now let's do these. Might be slightly annoying to get the underside. Oh yeah, that's the other thing is for these corners that go this way, I've been using the copper grates, which I think look kind of cool. Also, I should sleep because I'm not spawn-proofing the random stone I'm placing. Okay, I already have some out, so let's make some grates. Can I do it? Yes. I'm going to need more of these trapdoors as well. I've got plenty of copper though. Since they added trial chambers and you can just go get infinite copper basically in block form, it's like copper's so easy to get now. It's awesome. It used to be way more annoying to get. Way more. So it makes, I'm glad. Like, I think it's better that you can just use as much copper as you want. We're looking pretty good. I've got these going all around. All right, let's do the underside. This is going to be the part that's a little bit annoying. But hopefully I can reach a bunch of them. Nice. Cool, cool. Can I reach? Can I reach? Yes. Wait. That was weird. I wonder if there's redstone powering that. I gotta make sure that I'm not doing any of these trapdoors like where there's redstone, I guess. Otherwise, things will fall through, I assume. The problem with using trapdoors decoratively. Let's see. Doesn't look like there should be redstone interacting with any of this stuff. I don't think. All right, there we go. That should work. And then we just got to do the top, which maybe I'll do after I've got the water streams in, just to make sure it's all working well. Just make sure this all looks good. Oh, I still have to do this side. Oh, there goes a trapdoor into my super smelter. I'll have to find that later. Yeah, and I got to do this side too. Cool. Okay, I think we've pretty much got this sorted out. I guess I need to do some packed ice. I have to replace a couple of those trapdoors with ice so that things will slide across, and some buttons. Let me grab... I think I've been using acacia? Not that it really matters. Or I guess no, I've probably been using warped wood, because that's like the closest to the copper color, the like aged copper color. So yeah, I'll grab some of these and I'll make some buttons. Need a couple. Okay, let's try this again, and I missed that time. Cool, so let's see. I need, and I missed again. Okay, so this will all be flowing in here. That probably went into the crafter, which is not great. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's see. We can have water flowing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's not quite long enough, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would only get the water stream to here, which is not enough. So I guess instead we'll just do, what if it came around the corner? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then some ice. Yeah, this will work. Right? And then 1, 2, 3, yeah, this will be fine. And then I guess I'll put a button here. I don't think it really matters. Okay, and then we can put in our actual water. There's one. Lovely. And then we can do this one here. And it goes around the corner. Amazing. Cool. Let's just double check it works by throwing some stuff in here. Cool. Yeah, it gets there eventually. It's all that matters. Sweet. All right, let's put the trapdoors on top of here now. Oh, I messed it up. I messed it up. No harm, no foul, though. It's all good. It's all good. Cool. Okay, so I'll do this one last, because first I want to set up the little thing down here that'll actually get the items going in there. So I guess what I need for that is, I don't really need this chest, right? I could actually just have hopper line here. So we'll do that. And we'll have a dropper right here. Running out of space, as always. But, oh my gosh, what can I do? I can throw some random stuff into into a bundle. Though I have a lot of like full stacks of stuff, so maybe it's not the most ideal. I don't think I'm going to need the packed ice anymore. Cool. Yeah, so we'll have... Yeah, or this dirt. So we'll have a dropper there. That'll put stuff here. It'll all go in there. We'll just throw some hoppers. Ding, 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 ding. Oops. And ding. Excuse me 1 second while I sneeze. The sneeze never came. I hate that. Okay, so let's do this. We'll use the typical, we'll use just the standard little like thing here. Though I guess I kind of did it in a way that makes it slightly more annoying. Yeah, what if I push it back a block? Let's do that. Let's push it all back 1 block. We'll have the dropper here instead. Do I have random stuff I can throw in my bundle? Yes. Yes. All right, let's do that. And then we'll move these back 1. Cool. And then we'll do just a classic little, this is the like dropper thing that I use for everything, which works generally very well. Just kind of a shape like this. Use the cobblestone just so that I know I'm putting redstone on here. And so the idea here is whenever anything comes along this hopper line and into this dropper, we want it to spit it right out into what will be a water stream. So what we can do is have a comparator that can check and see if there's anything in this dropper. And if there is, we can do a little redstone circuit here. I guess actually this should be a repeater. We'll do a repeater to maximize that signal strength. And then we'll just do a little comparator-based clock. And then another repeater. And that will go into this block here. And now anything I put in here will get hopped right out at hopper speed. Beautiful. So that'll work perfectly. So let's put a piece of our soul sand right there. Actually, not yet. I think first I need to do dirt so that I can do the kelp thing. If you're not familiar with the kelp thing, which I'm sure you are, we want to use kelp to create full water sources, water source blocks for all the things up here so that the bubble column will work properly. And so we'll plant a kelp there and that'll be the way we do it. I'm trying to decide if I want to like do pipes going down or just blocks. I guess we'll just do blocks for now. I can always change them. All right, so we'll do blocks like that. Can fill in some of this stuff. I guess I'll just fill in all this stuff. It's not necessary. I don't need to keep this visible. Let me out. Let me out. Okay. We'll fill this in because this should be good now. It should just like work. Might replace this with something other than stone at some point. I probably will. But for now, stone's fine. What do I care? Do something cooler later. All right, let's do that. Let me out of here. Let me out. Let me out. Sweet. Let's do this. Not that. Let's do this. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so this will be generally what it looks like. You know, might do some decoration on the floor. Probably will do some decoration on the floor at some point. But basically, you'll come here and get anything that is smelted in the super smelter. But if it's dried kelp specifically, it drops into that system down below. We'll go over here and get piped into this, which will be a water stream. So let's make that. Let's make the water stream. And I've already got water here, so this should be fairly straightforward. I need to get some bone meal before I do this. And I think I'm done with the redstone stuff in the short term, at least. So I can get rid of some of this. Cool. So yeah, I need bone meal. Thankfully, we're at the moss farm, so I have plenty of that. And let's go back up. All right, and now, thanks to my respiration and aqua affinity helmet, I should be all right to just go down like this. And then we'll place some kelp down here, and then we'll bone meal the kelp all the way up, and that will replace all this flowing water with water source blocks, which is what the bubble column needs. And then once we've done that, we can do this. And actually, I just realized this is going to dump so much kelp into that fuel thing, which I don't want to happen. BRB 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to just pop a block of redstone here just so that we don't get random stuff going into the fuel chest, which may have already happened. So let me check here. No, we're okay. All right, and I just need to remember to come and remove that later. Cool, so now if I break that kelp somehow, like this, perhaps, that should all become a bubble column. No, I need to replace the... Right, I need to replace the dirt with soul sand. That's an important step. Okay, now it should be all a bubble column. Awesome. Sweet. That works perfectly. There's something weird. There's a weird, like, graphical issue with the bubble columns right now. And it's weird because when I go into video settings, there's a fancy bubbles option, but I can't turn it on. I don't know. And like... I was talking to my friend and he's having the same issue. So I don't know if it's like there must be some... Give me centered camera. Come on. Come on. This is stupid. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. There must be some bug with fancy bubbles. All right, let's put some stone there. And now this should be all working, I think. So if we, let's test it out. If I dump a bunch of kelp in here, and I guess the best way to do that, this is my very amateur on-off switch at the moment. If I do this, it should start flowing bone blocks up there. And then those bone blocks will replenish, I guess, the kelp farm or the moss farm first, but then any extras will come across to this kelp farm. We can see that in action up here. We see bone blocks coming in. There they come. Yeah, so they're all going in here right now. How full is this? Okay, really close. Yeah, so this will fill up in a second. And then once the moss farm is full of bone meal, it starts going out this way, in theory. Yep, there it goes. Sweet. So we should now see it going into the kelp farm. In theory. Is it? Oh, there we go. I guess it's kind of slow. I'm not exactly sure why. Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot in there. Okay. Yeah, so I guess it's just slow to warm up, but once it gets going, it's going. Yeah, so we're getting a bunch of kelp. That's kind of the broad strokes of how this works. Oh, hey, pig. Hi. Hi, new pig. Are you a cold pig or a warm pig? What are you? I guess you're a warm pig? I'm not really sure. Not super familiar with the new pigs yet. All right, so we got all this kelp, which if we smelt, and again, I'm just going to fast forward by throwing some kelp right in here in a very not efficient way. Because then we should start to see some kelp, some dried kelp going up here. There it goes. It's going. There it goes. Nice. And it's going across. Amazing. Okay, this seems to be working flawlessly. Oh, this is full. Oh, because the crafter's full. Okay, yeah, a bunch of junk made it in here. I should have known that was going to happen. Get all the junk out of here. How did that happen? Wait, that's all my stuff from the... I must have broken the item filter. Oh no. Okay, we can fix that. I just need to get rid of some of my junk. Let's get rid of some of my junk. Shouldn't need much of this anymore. I don't know what I did, but I must have broken something. Grab an empty shulker box just to throw all this nonsense in. Okay, all right, let's see what we broke. Because this thing is supposed to have an item filter that only pulls out... Oh, we lost the kelp. Wait, this isn't working at all. What did I do? Oh, maybe it just got an extra... If I'm using kelp as the item filter... Wait, that's crazy. Oh, that's totally crazy. I must have accidentally... got a kelp in that barrel or something. I guess using kelp as the filter item was not very smart, I guess, when I would be actively working with kelp. But okay, I think it's fixed now. In theory, I need one more stone, though. I need another stone. Okay, so we should have a bunch of dried kelp all going up there. And I'm just going to have to get rid of all the extra stuff that accidentally ended up in there. Which is a lot of bricks. Okay, so we can throw this in here, and this will hopefully accomplish the same thing. All right, nice. It's working, and it should be going in here, and this looks good. I'm going to go ahead and unblock that. Okay, cool. Sweet. So we should start to see now dried kelp blocks coming in here, which is the fuel. And once this hits like 30 or something, then it'll refill all the furnaces. Again, it's like that same thing where it waits until it can perfectly put one in each. Yeah, I think we have 15 on this side, 15 on this side. So it'll wait until there's exactly 30 dried kelp blocks in here, and then it'll take them all and put them all in. And the goal is for it to be as efficient as possible. In reality, it's like kind of annoying because I can't perfectly like, oh, I fell. I can't always just like dump stuff in when I want to smelt something. I have to like have a million of them. Let me just double check these timers, make sure no weird other items made it in. Okay, I think we look good. And we should also have a bunch more kelp because this has been running this whole time. Amazing. Cool. I'm going to turn this off for now because I don't need that much kelp coming in, especially when I don't yet have the tunnel or the tube or the pipe, I guess, that's taking the kelp to the furnace itself. So let me grab this. Oh, man. Okay, wow. This thing actually... Okay. Good to know. This thing is receiving way more bone meal than it needs to. That's really funny. I don't want to get too close to that because I really don't want to pick it up. But look at that. I've created a perfectly round bone meal egg. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. Yeah. Don't want that to happen generally. I think it's okay. This won't really be as much of an issue, I think, once this is like been running for longer. The problem is I have so many bone blocks accumulated. And the way that this thing is set up is that it pulls them out of here as long as there's like, I think it's when this is full, it pulls them out. Yeah. Right? Is that right? Oh yeah, that's what this is. That's presumably what this is. I forget exactly what I did here, but basically I was like, I always want to have a full chest of them. But if it is full, then any extra can go into that system. So in theory, like, it won't happen as much once it's been happening more, but that's okay. Also, I hear a trapdoor flipping, and I'm not sure where that is. The moss farm's not running. I can put all this kelp in here. And then we'll kind of be able to test this more properly, more fully. Yeah, okay. Everything is looking good. So let's see. We should see eventually. Let me break some of my scaffolding. And hope none of it goes into the water stream. All right, so we should see these furnaces turn on. Okay, this looks good. This looks all right. Yes, this is what I was talking about, where basically it won't start smelting anything in this chest until it hits like 11 stacks, excuse me, or something. And that's because in theory, like 10 and a few stacks or something is like the perfect amount to put in enough items into all of the furnaces that like we can use exactly one piece of fuel, one dried kelp block to fuel them, to fuel the furnaces all enough to smelt everything. So it's like designed to be super efficient, but it does mean that there's like some waiting involved, which is maybe not super efficient. So I don't know, maybe there's some way to improve this. Or maybe I just can remove this system and not care about like perfect fuel efficiency, which is probably fine. But it is kind of fun, and I had fun designing that. There's like a little system on there that will try and perfectly portion out like the right amount of them. But we should see any second, basically, it'll start pulling all this stuff out of here. Once we get a little bit closer to that 11 and a half stacks or whatever it is. Getting closer. All right, should happen soon. There it goes. All right, yeah, so you can see we're pulling all that stuff out now. And now that it's pulling it out, we should see these furnaces all come on, which is quite satisfying. There it is. Oh, so satisfying. Except for the one where that trapdoor ended up. Yep. That makes perfect sense. Cool. So now we should also start to see some stuff going up there. Oh, this is so cool. And then it should be crafting those into dried kelp blocks. And we should see the dried kelp blocks coming in here. And there they are. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. What a perfect system. Yeah, so that's that done pretty much, which is really exciting. The other thing, you know, obviously still need to build a whole facade here. I don't know exactly what to do. It might be fun to have it, like, have some big windows where you can kind of see in a little bit. Because, like, this looks cool, I think. But it also, you know, it looks like there's nothing going on in there at all. And it might be kind of fun to be able to see into some of them. We'll see. We'll see what looks cool. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, the other problem is definitely this thing. Oh man, I picked up all that stuff again. You're kidding me. I can't even throw it over the wall. There, goodbye. Oh, I didn't. I didn't even get it over the wall. Yeah, so at least that ball up there despawned, but this is still going like crazy. And yeah, I mean, this is going to literally produce 1 kelp per bone meal. So I really do need to get some kind of a some kind of a system going that transports that to here. But maybe that's for next stream, because like we just watched me build a water stream for the last however long, and that's maybe not the most exciting thing to just see happen again. So let's do something else. Let's do something a little bit different that might be a little bit more interesting, perhaps. Or at least something to break up the stream a little. So I'll just throw these bricks in here. Great, wonderful, amazing, lovely. Clean up. Just clean up a little bit. Bundles away. All right, let's grab all these things and let's go somewhere else. All right, I'm going to have to get better at doing this fast. Stay tuned. If you didn't hear at the start of the stream, I'm working on a video, a longer video about kind of what my new storage system plan is. So get excited about that. A big part of it is having a bunch of shulker boxes with a bunch of different items in my ender chest all the time. But it does mean that I'm going to have to get better at quickly putting these in the correct color order to keep them organized. So let's see. We go this. Okay. And then this goes in the bundle. Beautiful, beautiful. I guess the sun is going down as well, so we'll sleep. Get some rest as soon as we can. Soon as we can. As soon as we can. There we go. Cool. So I want to go somewhere that I haven't been on stream, and I just realized that the place I wanted to go is really best at nighttime, and I just slept, which kind of defeats the purpose. So maybe we can kill a little bit more time. All right, let's go somewhere else that I haven't shown on stream. So this, of course, is the Great Hall. And let me change up the music for this. Do we hear any music? There we go. Okay, cool. So, this is the castle Great Hall, where we have our feasts, of course. And as you may have seen if you watched the castle tour video, we've got a library underneath. But what you may not have seen is what's even deeper underneath the library. Because here's the library. Wonderful. Oh, looks like there's some... This part of the hallway got collapsed a little bit. How do I get over there? I don't know. It's a mystery. Mystery for another time, I guess. So let's keep heading down. This is the laboratory, which you also may have seen in the castle tour video, but I think it's pretty cool. I really like the steampunk kind of mechanism aspect of it. These things right here, these are now illegal. There was a time, a brief time, when you could pretty much put anything on a lightning rod, including a lever. And it meant that you could make these perfect little pipes with 90-degree turns, and it was amazing. And then they changed them, and now you can't put levers or anything really on a copper pipe, I guess a lightning rod technically. You can't put anything on them anymore, so you can't make these anymore. So this is like the only place in this world that has these awesome pipes. And if I ever break them, I'm totally screwed. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But if we head down another level, I haven't showed this. I haven't showed this anywhere. Oh, it's getting a little spooky down here. Oh, what is this? A big, mysterious door. This is partially inspired by a movie, animated movie that I watched as a kid that lives in my head kind of mythologically, which I think is called like Little Nemo's Adventures in Slumberland. But there was this giant door that was underneath the castle, and it was like, if you ever open that door, Nemo, you will invite all the evil out into the world. And of course, Nemo then opens the door because that's what happens in movies. But I was very inspired by that, and I wanted to make a very creepy door with an interesting opening mechanism. So let's see. These little patches, I don't think I've ever showed off on stream, but they're actually secret little locks. And I have this special item in my bundle, which I can throw in here. And if I do, the door starts to open. And there it is. And now we can head into the depths underneath the castle. What's in here? Too scary. Way too scary. What could I be keeping down here? Aha! It's all my riches. All my treasure, my gold, my diamonds. You can just barely see something else through that grate over there. But this is it. This is where I keep all my riches. And it's funny because I actually, most of this is just facade, right? This is, I'll pull back the curtain on the illusion just a little bit by breaking through here. It's completely hollow. There, I do not have, getting these raw gold blocks is actually extremely annoying. You have to, I mean, you need raw gold to get them. So you can't get them from a gold farm. I had to manually go out and mine all of this gold to make this, even just this like little facade. That is crazy. Thank you. It is a little crazy. I think it's crazy in a fun way. And so let's see if I put this back. Yeah. Oh yeah. It looks really cool. I mean, I think it looks awesome. It's like you know, the Smaug's lair or something. But yeah, it's just a facade. But I do actually have one thing in here that is incredibly valuable. Arguably my most valuable resource in this entire world. And that's right here. It's my dragon's breath. If you know anything about this world, you may know that I built a base on the main end island, which meant I had to kill the dragon many times. And I never plan on resummoning the dragon again, ever. So I needed to collect as much dragon's breath as I, frankly, could stomach, because it is extremely tedious to get. So hopefully 5 full shulker boxes of dragon's breath is as much as I'll ever want or need in this world. Somehow I find that a little bit hard to believe, but I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping and praying that I never actually need it for anything. Realistically, like, what do you use dragon's breath for? You use it for crafting lingering potions, which are fun and cool, but like not actually very practical. I think the only thing I would use them for is like some kind of mini game or something. And I don't have any immediate plans that require dragon's breath. So hopefully that's enough. The problem is it's literally designed to be a resource that gets used up, you know, when you use it. So I don't know. Hopefully we won't have to summon the dragon in and completely destroy my base in the end, but maybe we will. And that will be an adventure for another day, I suppose. Yeah, we can head out of here now. It's almost nighttime, which is good because that way things will be perfect for showing off the other thing I wanted to show. Oh, the spooky door. And of course, with this door, we've got a pretty cool closing animation too. I love this door. I think it's so cool. The bars going across is like, I'm so proud of that. I think it's such a fun little detail. All right, onward. I will take the secret exit out of the lab just for fun, because that's what it's here for, to use. How old is this world? I've been playing in this world for a little under 6 years. Vanilla, survival, Bedrock edition, just a labor of love. And here we are back in the Castle Terrace with the giant SpongeBob, of course, in the distance. A problem that needs to be solved. But I don't know exactly what the solution is. And let's go up here to the Nether, because I want to show something that I haven't shown on stream that I think is very cool and has a lot of possibilities for future projects. Cloudy day. All right, let's go through here. All right, and for this, we're going to head down here. Nice soft landing in the powdered snow. And we'll head over this way to this little nether portal right here. And I'm not sure exactly what time it is, but hopefully it's a good time. It should be approaching sunset, hopefully. Oh, yeah. There it is. Let's let it all load in. Just double check my render distance. Hopefully it's not 50. Sometimes oh man, it keeps resetting. I don't know why that happens. It goes way too high. Just makes everything a little laggy. All right, I think I'm going to fully stop the music for this one. Oh, and it's a new moon. The new moon rises. Look at that. As the new moon rises over the swamp mansion. The haunted swamp mansion. Let's swim across here and check this thing out. Because I'm already feeling a little spooked. Should we go inside? Or are we scared? I guess we should go inside. We'll brave it. Too scary. Way too scary. Here we are. In the haunted house. An entirely new area. Full of possibilities. This is the living room. There's a couple places here where I've got torches just to prevent mob spawns, but really, I don't want to have them. So let's check it out with the proper ambiance. Okay, there we go. Look at this. This is too scary. Way too scary. We've got a little dining room table here. Not sure what to do here. We got... There's a couple... Oh, no. Get out of here. You're ruining the ambiance. Though I guess like a giant scary creature is not the worst thing to have in a haunted house. Yeah, so this stuff I haven't really done. Thinking this area could be a kitchen. I'm thinking that this area could be like a pantry with some hanging meats. You always see hanging meats in spooky, scary places, don't you? Not sure what to do back here. It's like a back hall. And then like, ooh, the back porch. There's a tree, mangrove tree growing up through the back deck. That's way too scary. The creeper is actually way too scary. I don't want you ruining my place, please. Oh, and this is one of those new guys. The new swamp guys. That's fun. Okay, there's way too many monsters here. I'm going back inside the spooky house. All right, so this is the front hall. The front hall of the house. We'll go upstairs in a second. But there's a couple of little fun things in here. One is that under the stairs, we've got a little a little Harry Potter style room under the stairs, which I think is very fun. And also a little bit spooky, like why were they keeping somebody under the stairs here? I don't know. Never good when you're keeping a kid under the stairs. And we can also head down into the basement. Ooh. Oh, this looks pretty spooky. Again, I think I've got some torches down here that I'm going to have to remove. Actually, before we go down, I'm going to... It's kind of sad, but I'm going to put these torches back just for now because I don't want a creeper to spawn up here and blow everything to smithereens. Something I have to do in here is like make it so that, you know, I'm at light level 1 or whatever everywhere so that we don't have to worry about mob spawns, but it's still like nice and creepy. So let's go down into the basement. Ooh. What's down here? Not much yet. Get rid of the torches down here as well. Get the ambiance correct, and then you'll see it the way it's meant to be, more or less. Right? Oh, spooky basement with a big furnace. What's that all about? I don't know. Some pipes. Obviously, there's a lot to be done here. There's a lot of, I think, a lot of potential. I want to make like more secret doors leading down various things. If you ever saw the movie Parasite, there's a very spooky basement area in that movie, and I like the idea of having something like that over here that just goes deeper and deeper, and there's like a network of tunnels underneath this place and all sorts of fun stuff. Oh, let me put those torches back. Sorry, ruining the ambiance, ruining the vibes. But I think that could be really fun. And then you may have noticed that when we walked in, we stepped on this pressure plate, and what it does actually, if you can hear it, it starts playing 13, the spooky disc, which I think is really fun. So you get that spooky music playing the whole time you're in here. And it's like, oh, let's go up the stairs. Let's check out what's up here. What's in here? Nothing. Just Torbo, a cat. Some kind of spooky or death trap room? A pitfall trap? Right, we got some ideas. Still lots of room for development, obviously. This room is like the study. Ooh. And this also has like a thing that leads outside. And this is, I think, a balcony. Yeah, we got a little balcony here. And I'll come back to this room in a second because there's a little bit of a secret here. But I want to move on. And so you're walking down the hall and, oh, the door opens. And what is this? What's in here? A spooky kid's room or something. Whoa. Oh, and what is this? A tunnel? They tried to tunnel out? What is this place? It's too scary. Way too scary. And what is this room? What is this room? That is way too scary. I'm gonna eat a carrot about it. Let's get out of here as fast as we possibly can. And all right, from here, let's head up to the top floor. Oh! Trick staircase, we fell. We fell down. I love that little feature. The way that works is there is a skulk sensor here. So if you get too close, look at that. The stairs retract, you fall down. It's like you stepped on a bad step and you fell down. But of course you can bypass it by crouching and going up, which is the secret. And then once you're up here, we've got another little balcony thing. It's pretty cool. The moon setting. I better keep going while the vibes are still good. This will be the master bedroom. Lots of spooky potential here. Not exactly sure what to do. And then this, I love. This is the bathroom. This is like the creepiest, grodiest looking bathroom I ever did see. And look at that little toilet with the pull thing. I love that. I use invisible item frames, so it's just a resource pack, but it means that you can do stuff like this where you put like a little pull tab on the end of a chain. I love that. And there's a secret in here. Should we go look in the bathtub? Oh! That's right. I built a jump scare in. Hopefully that didn't get you too bad. But yeah, when you get too close to the bathtub here, skeleton armor stand pops out, scares the heck out of you. Inspired by the Shining movie. The bathroom scene, infamous. If you are familiar with the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I love this. I love that. Closest thing you could possibly achieve to like a real jump scare in Minecraft. I think that's really fun. And then lastly, headed upwards here. That scared me. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it jump scared you. It's just an armor stand with a skeleton head on it ultimately and some chainmail. But I think the effect works really well, right? Like you get close and then it's like, whoa, ah. Very fun. And then lastly, going up this spiral staircase and you end up in the attic, which now that it's daytime is especially not spooky, but also not developed at all. Don't know exactly what to do up here. I want to make it like cluttered and spooky. There's this whole area, which is not used for anything. Could put something there. There could be like a pit or there could be some redstone down there or something. Not really sure. We've got a balcony out here as well. Oh, with a frog. Hello. Hey, froggy. Hey, froggy. I do like this where the like balcony looks like it broke a little bit or something, you know, a little bit of weathering and lots of mangrove leaves hanging over. I think it looks really cool. And then lastly, headed up here, just this tiny little hallway and you can get out to this topmost area where you get like a full vantage point. Again, like we got broken stuff. We got a roof that's kind of falling apart. I think it looks really cool. We can take a look from a distance as well. Look at that. Pretty neat, I think. And there's some cool stuff around here too. Here, we could take a look from this side. Yeah, I think the back looks pretty cool. Some of it's a little repetitive, but the areas that you mostly see look pretty cool, I think. So then back here, just coincidentally, I found there's a skeleton. Oh god, there's a creeper. Get out of here. There's or zombies, right? There's a zombie spawner right here, which I dug out. Which I think is kind of cool. Like, that could be something, you know, a little mini game or something where you have to come and fight the zombies, right? Looks pretty neat. It just worked out really well that's right there. Hey, guy. You're never going to despawn because you're holding a sword, aren't you? Or a shovel. It's a shovel. Let's get rid of this junk. So there's one more thing that I want to show. Actually, the other thing that's worth mentioning is that right there is an ocean monument. And so if you know anything about ocean monuments, you know that there's another jump scare if you get too close to this. There it is. The Elder Guardian jump scare. So I kind of think it'd be fun, like in that basement down there, to have like the tunnels keep going down and get deeper and deeper and like branch out into some kind of labyrinth. And if I do it right, it could all head over here and actually get within range of that ocean monument. So like you get the Elder Guardian jump scare while you're just like in some creepy tunnels underground. I think that could be really fun. That'll be a huge project, but I think it could be really cool. Do I have any milk? Do I have any milk on me? Do I carry milk? I should carry milk. Is there a cow anywhere? Well, it's fine. Oh no, am I not going to be able to... Oh, mining fatigue is so annoying. I'm never going to be able to get that ender chest, am I? This will take way too long, right? All right, I'll come back for that. That's really funny. Cool. So the last thing I want to show, which is really kind of the whole reason that this house exists. Oh, and amazing. We get 13 playing again. I love that. Yeah, so back here in the study, we've got this fairly innocuous seeming study until you realize that this bookshelf right here is a little bit different, right? These are all normal bookshelves and some backwards looms, which kind of look like empty bookshelves, which I think is a cool technique. It was more important before they added chiseled bookshelves. But now they have chiseled bookshelves, and this one is a chiseled bookshelf. And if I take a book out of here, we get a secret door. We get a secret door opening up. And if I go through here... Ooh, what is this? Some kind of spooky ritual room back here behind the study, behind the desk. So cool and so creepy. And this thing... I almost don't want to say it. I almost don't want to say it, but it is inspired by the yellow sign. If you know, you know. And if you know, ye never shall forget. But what's this all about? What is this? Some kind of a bookshelf? Some kind of a cabinet? A wardrobe? No, it's a secret. It's a secret path. And if we drop all the way down, we get to the true ritual chamber. And what the heck is this? Well, let's find out. Let's grab this flint and steel right here, and let's go into this book wardrobe, and let's light this candle. And with any luck, the ritual will begin. With any luck. There we go. Yes. What the heck is this? It's a witch farm. It's a witch farm. This was it was a witch hut. And in Bedrock Edition, maybe in Java 2, not entirely sure, but in Bedrock Edition, you can basically, witches will just spawn in one spot in a witch hut. And so if you set it up perfectly, you can build a witch farm underneath a witch hut so that any witch that spawns will just immediately fall right down into, in this case, a trident killer. And then all the drops from these witches are going right into this thing right here. They're actually not going in there right now because I think I have, oh, mining fatigue. Oh, so annoying. I have like extra storage because I needed more storage ultimately. So I think they're actually not going in here right now, but that's the way that it normally would work. And I would show you, but I can't get through a darn crafting table. Let's see. We'll get through. We'll get through. How long does mining fatigue last? Okay. Yeah, so you can see we have all these drops in here. Oh, there they are. Yeah, lots. Getting lots of good stuff from these witches. So this is, yeah, I get a ton of stuff from there. Normally you would go in there, which is kind of cool. That's why I have like the drops scattered around. This is also right here. There's a nether portal. So I actually do have fast access through the nether directly to the witch farm. But it's more fun to come in through the haunted house, obviously. And yeah, to turn it off, you just extinguish the candle. And then it turns off. Well, a few of them fall down. But this one will just be down there, yeah. Because the trident killer's off now. But we can head back up. And we can get out of here. And we can put the book back in the bookshelf. And it closes. There it is. Super cool. I think this area has a lot of really fun potential. You know, I want to finish up the first floor, you know, add that kitchen, add like the spooky pantry and all that kind of stuff. I think the outside is pretty good. Probably not too much else needed out here. But, you know, lots more stuff inside. Like the attic needs to be done. I want to build some crazy thing underneath that goes all the way over there. I think that'd be really cool. And yeah, I think there's some potential for like, oh, nice. It's my mining fatigue's gone. Nice. Cool. Yeah, so I think it would be fun to have like a little mini game in here too. That's like drop down into the labyrinth and try and find your way out. And maybe it could even be like it randomly changes the maze or something. You know, you actually get trapped down there. You get jump scared and get mining fatigue, so you can't just mine your way out. You have to find your way out. Could be cool. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, that's the haunted house. It sure is haunted. And instead of going back through the nether, I'll actually just fly home. Because I don't do that very often, and I think it's kind of a straight shot this way. Oh, and here's a little, this is our little campsite. I think that's something to show off in another stream. Actually, I think a lot of this area of the world's not loaded in. I'm just going to take this portal here. Get excited. Someday you'll see that campsite. And yeah, here we are back in the nether. Pretty close to the portal that leads out of here. Should be right over here. Back to the castle. Home sweet home. And I think I'm probably going to call it pretty soon here. This has been a very productive stream. First things first, we achieved something, quite literally. We got the overkill achievement, dealing 50 hearts of damage in a single hit using the mace. And oh, that actually means I can unlock a reward. How fun is that? This one? Yeah, let's collect it. It looks pretty silly, but okay. All right. It's fine. Don't think I need to equip that one right away. We achieved that. Very fun. We then, of course, spent some time in the industrial district. Work in progress. Man, the lag in this area is brutal. We spent some time in the industrial district working on our fully automated smelting production here. And we've now got kelp that gets smelted directly into dried kelp. Oh, there's the flipping trapdoor. That's funny. Okay, I'll have to fix that. Yeah, we got dried kelp now going up there, going into a crafter, getting crafted directly into dried kelp blocks, which then go and fuel the furnace. So we've got like an infinite fuel situation, which is awesome. Getting me closer to my ambitions of having infinite bricks so that I can build the rest of the structures in here, which is going to be a challenge. And we took a look at the treasure vault underneath the castle. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, we checked out the spooky haunted house. And I think that's going to do it. Thank you so much for joining me. Is this world playable? It is not currently playable by anyone but me. Maybe someday, if I feel like it, I'll share out a download or something, but probably not anytime soon, if I'm being honest. It's you know, it's a little too close to my heart to let out into the world like that yet. But thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, the stream froze. Not surprised. Probably just loading the lag in. The lag of loading in the castle. Appreciate you all joining me. Stay tuned for new video coming out on the channel pretty soon, probably in the next week or so. We'll see. I just got to finish up the edit, but we're getting there. And stream again soon too. Maybe next week. So yeah, we'll see. It'll depend on how the video goes, but maybe next week. If not, probably the week after for sure. Or maybe, who knows? Maybe this weekend if I'm feeling ambitious. We'll see. Thanks so much. Till next time. See ya.